The kind of future I've always hoped for is a sort of future where you can make efforts and do what you're good at and be able to, get great rewards and and those rewards go to you and not somebody else. But unfortunately, it doesn't usually happen that way. Just to give an example, my fiance came and visited me here in the hospital. This is my room right here, and we were talking about a particular retail store, and we kind of mentioned how much money that the store brings in and how many employees the store has and how much money per employee the store has bring in. We did the calculations based upon publicly released information. And according to the annual sales, the gross revenue of the store, and according to the number of employees that were listed, each employee would have to bring in $209,000 in order to have a job at that store on average, basically, because that's what the statistics were. So that would mean that your truck drivers, your cashiers, your stockers, the people that stock the shelves, everybody would have to bring in, on average, $209,000 in revenue, annual revenue, for that store to continue and to be providing the financial information that they provide. And what that means there is that, you're working for somebody else, and if you're working at that store and, maybe you're getting $10,000 or $15,000, and then the company is getting, close to $200,000, after your wages. I mean, for you working there. And when it's like that, it creates a situation where these people, they have to live on maybe government aid or food stamps, or, maybe they have to, have all sorts of government benefits of various sorts, and then be shamed by society and stuff like that, when really, they're producing so much product through their labor that if they were paid for all of it, then, they wouldn't be poor at all. And that's where, the companies a lot of times are designed so that the jobs make other people rich, not the employee. So when companies design jobs, they design jobs so that the business benefits from it. So the business benefits from whatever the worker does. And, they don't design the job usually so that the employee benefits from working there. They might design it so that the employee gets, the basic benefit of minimum wage, or maybe a little bit more than that, but they don't design it so that the employee is going to, get rich from working. And it's very sad, because let's say that you go to a place like that and you're highly talented. All it may do is all those talents go and benefit somebody else and make them rich. And then you become poor, and especially if you go to college and graduate school and you have to pay all that, you have to pay that with really small wages, and the company gets super rich off of that, and you don't get very much. You get whatever basic wage that everybody else gets. And the worst thing too is if, let's say, you're at work and you get more than the next guy, the workers have a way of cutting you down to their level, so because they may feel jealous. They may feel like, oh, they should be getting more money. So, they lower everybody else's wages around them, and creates this big situation where the business, they benefit greatly, at the expense of everybody else. And that's what you don't want to have. And, I know that it's really difficult to have businesses that are successful. I mean, there's no mystery about this. I mean, the SBA has said that like 9/10 of businesses fail the first year. I mean, that's been a statistic from way back when that they would quote, that I remember, way back when I was a lot younger, they used to say that. And, you get a situation here where it's really easy to fail, basically. It's really easy to want to do all the right things and just not have enough money for that. When people go out shopping for gasoline, for example, they go out a lot of times trying to get the cheapest rate they can, and then that's what they put in their car. And they don't care about anything else, whether it's a good place or the people are good or anything. Sometimes just how low can I go, and that's how it is on a lot of things. Some people, that's how they buy groceries, how low can I go? I mean, and so when employers pay wages, it could be the same thing. They'd be like, well, how low can I go? I mean, how low of a wage can I pay? And those people still work for me. So, there's times when it's easy to get into a job, at least it was before the shutdowns, where you're making less money than, let's say, a previous job even. And I've known a lot of people that's happened to, where they would get into a job that pays a lot less than a previous job and, start going down in pay. And, it's hard for that not to happen. And then the worst part is that these employers, they become super wealthy from that. They're bringing in, let's say, $250,000 a year or whatever, and then you're getting your wages cut because you're going from a job that paid more to a job that paid less. And really, this is not the vision that Scripture has of something good and godly. That, I mean, Scripture talks about people sitting under their own vine and fig tree, and not being made afraid. Nobody would make them afraid. And sort of like this Zionistic vision in the Old Testament. And when we read that and we see that, what we see is that's kind of the goal here. That we when we go to heaven, that we go to a place where people don't make us afraid, and where we benefit from whatever it is we did, that was good. And hopefully the bad things don't count against us, that we're able to have forgiveness for those things and be forgiven and not have that count against us. But we're in a situation now where things could change, and they can change for the better. And I'm not necessarily a labor advocate at all, and I'm not necessarily saying that we need to change everything, that the whole system or anything. But what I am saying is that things can be so much better for people, and people can be so happy and live such great, full, rich lives. I mean, it's incredible, but it's just unfortunate the way things are. Anyway, God bless, God be praised, and I'll tell you what, Bye for now.